Hi, this video is to tell you what are the changes that have happened in CAT-23 as compared to CAT-22. Knowing the changes help us to understand that there is always a change that happens and be prepared for whatever change that comes forward. Anyway, let's look at the learning later. Let's start with the changes. Okay, should you know about it? I mean, CAT paper pattern is normally similar, okay, but there are always some changes that happens. So you need to be aware that yes, when you go for the examination, there could be some changes. Okay, it also helps to prepare a CAT type of question. So when you know the type of pattern of the paper, the type of question that come across, you know what question type comes in the exam, and therefore you can be prepared for the exam. Also, you can decide your strategy. Okay, you know that approximately so many questions come per section, so you can accordingly decide a strategy. And because you know the paper pattern to some extent, it helps you to reduce your nervousness for the exam. But yes, be prepared for changes. Now, what was the pattern in 2023? It was same as what it was previous year. 2 hours paper, 66 questions, verbal 24, DRR 20, con 22. I mean, the pattern was different a few years back, but the last few years, this has been the pattern. 3-section paper, verbal 24, DRR 20, con 22 with 40 minutes per section. Now, let's look at per section. In the verbal, there was a small change that happened. RCs were the same, 4 RCs with 4 questions each, 16 questions. But as far as the verbal ability goes, there were 2 questions each of para-jumbles, para-completion, para-summary and odd sentence out. Whereas in CAT-22, there were questions on para-jumbles, 3 questions on para-summary and 2 questions on para-completion. So no odd sentence out. The odd sentence out would come in CAT-21. So that means the CAT-23 was sort of an amalgamation of CAT-21 and 22 paper question type. Okay, and that's how the paper pattern came across. The difficulty level of verbal section was similar to the previous year. I don't say much harder or much easier, more or less similar, you can say. Okay, so pattern remains. There was slight change in the pattern, as a 2 questions each of para-jumbles, para-completion, para-summary and odd sentence out, and the difficulty level remained the same. So there could be changes. I'm not saying when you go for the exam, there could be some changes in the exam, like a number of questions in RCs, a number of RCs, all that could change. Be open to change. But you should know the type of question that come and accordingly practice those questions. DLR, what happened is in CAT 21 or 20 questions, there were 2 sets of 4 questions and 2 sets of 6 questions. But last 2 years, there were all sets of 5 questions, 4 sets of 5 questions each. In CAT 23, the difficulty level was much higher than the previous CAT. Because what happened is the number of concepts per DRR set were more. Normally, DRR sets are made of maybe combining 2 concepts. But here more than 2 concepts are combined and therefore became more complicated. That's what. So difficulty level increased, and because the level of difficulty increased, the cutoffs went down for DRR. So yes, so this is what the DRR section as far as change is concerned. Max, the difficulty was much higher than previous year. I mean, the cutoff in last year went down drastically mainly because of the max section. Because the level of difficulty of max section was much higher, right? And there were easy questions. I'm not saying they were easy questions, but a few easy questions. So if you had solved 3 questions correct, you would have got 80 percentile. So key was to identify those easy questions and solve them, and leave the tough ones quickly. So focus the time on the easy questions, get them right, and get that percentile. And because the paper was tough, the cutoff dropped drastically. So the max in DRR section, the pattern remained the same, but the difficulty level increased, because of which people panicked and cutoff went down. You have to be calm when the paper is tough and pick up the easy ones and solve easy questions and solve. So practice mocks accordingly. I mean, you practice different type of mocks, a little change here and there so that you're open to change in the exam. Understand that when you go for the exam, there is always possibility of change, not only in terms of type of pattern of question, but also difficulty level. Keep your mind open as far as the paper is concerned and do your best. If the paper is easy, try to maximize your attempts. Paper is tough, attempt less, try to clear the cutoffs. Right. We do conduct classes for CAT and your entrance examination. We will come up with videos that will help you with regards to your preparation. If you're interested, you can subscribe to our channel. Thank you.